Oh. Oh, down there. Wow. So, looks like we're about to have the funeral for Rastakhan. And look at this turnout. Look at all the people that are here to pay their respects to their fallen king. By the way, I rewatched that part, the speech before that battle. I want to comment on this one more time, because this really pissed me off. Greymane, I mean, asking him to surrender, that's one thing. But then he says, bow before your new master, King Anduin Wrynn. First off, I can tell you right now, Anduin would not be okay with that. Anduin is not the type of... He's not General Zod. He's not going to walk in and say, kneel before Wrynn. That's not Anduin. He's not going to demand you bow before him like you're his new slave. So I don't get where Greymane gets off thinking he can tell another king, by the way, to bow before another king, like to submit as a slave. And again, the hostage thing, just... I really, really wish there was a way we could be able to inform Anduin of these things that Greymane has said and done. Because he has his ear. Greymane has Anduin's ear, and he is constantly talking and whispering to him. And I feel like Anduin doesn't know the things that Greymane has said and done since Varian fell at the Broken Shore. Because I'm including what happened at Stormheim. And this is just the latest in the stuff. And keep in mind, I haven't done the Alliance stuff yet in Kul Tiras as an Alliance character. I haven't done that, so I haven't had that close-up interaction with Greymane in terms of what else he's been doing. But that just boggles my mind that Greymane would go that far. He's pretty much reached the point where I want to absolutely spit on him every chance I see him, like I do with Sylvanas and Nathanos. Speaking of which, at least he's here having the decency to kneel and pay respects to Rastakhan. Bane is here as well. I hope this will get me to kneel. I think I just pounded my chest, like, respect.
Zuldazar is still reeling from the Alliance attack. My people's faith has been shaken, and so has my own.
I, too, know the pain of losing a father. If there is anything I can do, please, do not hesitate to ask.
You have seen firsthand the treachery of the Alliance. Let your grief be sated by vengeance against
Nathanos,
them.
not now.
This is not the time to speak of revenge.
Exactly.
Bright collar.
Enough. The war chief has arrived.
There will be a new future for the Horde. We will claim what is ours.
Good, you're all here. Let's begin our discussions. I'll admit it, I did not think the little lion had it in him to kill King Rastakhan. He didn't. That was the Alliance heroes and Greymane's doing. And I think, and wasn't Shaw there too? But again, that's not Anduin's doing, that's Greymane's doing. But then again, I need to play the Alliance portion of the story to see whether or not Anduin was like, yes, go kill King Rastakhan. It's just very hard for me to picture Anduin telling Greymane, go kill King Rastakhan. I really need to do that, but I'm kind of saving my I could watch someone do that and see what leads into that, but I'm kind of waiting on that to really see that portion of the story. But it's just really hard for me to picture Anduin giving that order. And I really think Greymane actually did this with either without Anduin's knowledge or approval, or he did what he did kind of with Stormheim, where he decided to be like, well, he told us to do this, but he didn't tell us we couldn't do this. Blood has been spilt, and vengeance must be had. Give me a moment to express my condolences, and then come with me. We have more to do to win this war.
The lifeblood of Azeroth belongs...
My condolences on your loss, Princess. Excuse me, Queen Talanji.
Titles mean little to me now. I must know. With the Zandalari Navy in ruins, does the Horde intend to abandon us?
We do not turn our back on our allies, Talanji. The war campaign has taken an unfortunate turn, to be certain. But our cause is not lost.
My queen, reports are coming in from all outposts. The Alliance is tightening its grip. Victory is within their grasp.
Perhaps we can open negotiations with...
The Alliance slays the leader of the Zandalari, and you speak of negotiations?
No. This war will not end until we stand victorious.
Until the little lion kneels before my throne.
Meet me aboard the Banshee's whale.
I have a plan to ensure the Proudmoore family pays dearly for Rastakon's death.
I like that little motion there by Bane at the end there before he left. Just one more time, want to be respectful. I want to remind all of you that in the Broken Shore prologue event for Legion, Sylvanas was very... What's the proper term here? She was very amicable. I think that's the right word. In terms of her interactions with Varian. If you pay attention during the Broken Shore prologue event before Legion, where we're trying to stop the Burning Legion at the Broken Shore before we get our, our butts handed to us by the Burning Legion because it was a trap and we were on false information. Sylvanas and Varian have these interactions where they're like wishing each other luck and they're thanking each other for their assistance, like as if they're comrades in arms who have developed a bond through battle and therefore have developed a certain respect and admiration for each other because they have fought back to back, side by side, and have like relied on each other to survive. That was what I observed when you do the Broken Shore event on either side, for both Horde and Alliance. And now she's talking like this. There is a part of me that actually wants to believe that at some point, something changed in Sylvanas in terms of how she acted. Something affected her. And what some have speculated, Old God or N'Zoth corruption? Maybe, considering where the story is heading. But I'm not so... I honestly don't know. I'm just... Again, it also feels like the writers are just shoving this whole war campaign between the Alliance and Horde as this is the only thing that matters. It's either going to be the Horde wins or the Alliance wins. Either one. There is no middle ground, and there is no other alternative result. When we very much know that is not true at all. Because we know about the external threats. The last 3 expansions have, in fact, not even the last 3. Ever since vanilla, this has been the case. External threats that threaten to destroy this world unless the Horde and the Alliance join forces and take down these threats, because that's what they're capable of doing when they combine. When they're able to put their differences aside and actually join forces. but there are some people at Blizzard, some writers, that have said they believe Warcraft is all about one thing. Orcs versus humans. That's all it's really about. That's all that matters in this story. That orcs and humans hate each other and must try to kill each other. I cannot tell you how stupid and wrong that really is. How nonsensical and absurd that mentality is, considering everything that has happened in this entire story. And when I'm not talking about this BFA story, because many people, I'm sorry if I'm going on a rant here, but I just have to get this off my chest, because I've really been thinking about it recently. Some people think WoW is all about whatever the current content is. They think WoW is only BFA right now, when that is in fact not true. WoW is everything from vanilla onward, and the story is beyond that. The story goes even before Warcraft 1 until now. And you cannot tell me, with everything that has happened in the entire lore and story of this setting, that all it's about is orcs versus humans, or Alliance versus Horde. I'm just so tired of this PvP-focused Horde versus Alliance mentality when it just doesn't make sense anymore. And it's just nonsensical and illogical at this point. It's driving me absolute batty right now. Sorry that became kind of a rant, but I just had to get that off my chest.
What do you ask?
This expansion is most fun when you are not having to do the war, the faction war. When you're able to just go through the zones like Zandalar and just do the stuff with the Zandalar trolls, this is actually quite fun. I've had a lot of fun going through these 3 zones, raising a little Direhorn hatchling, helping the Volpi over in Vol'dun, just all this stuff here in these 3 zones without this faction war nonsense has actually been pretty good. Pretty fun. But it's just this whole faction war bull crap that just... I'm so sick of it. The sooner we get away from this whole faction war nonsense, the better. And if you... If you're one of those who thinks, well, we can't do that because then we can't hit PvP. That's absolutely not true. There are other games that have proven you can have PvP and not have the faction war in the story. But anyways. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know exactly what she's about to say.
Come forward.
Good. You're here. We will begin. The Proudmoore family was behind the death of King Rastakhan. It is only suiting that we deal with them first. What are you planning on doing?
All.
Sylvanas! What reason could you possibly have for this madness?
Derek Proudmoore was a hero to the Coltirans. They are sure to stage a rescue attempt when they learn of his fate. And once his mind has been properly conditioned, we will allow the Proudmoores to recover their long-lost prince, so he can slaughter them in their sleep.
This is too far. How many times must we forsake our honor?
There can only be victory or death for us. And death is mine to master.
Wow, the audio balance is all over the place in the cutscene.
What is this? Why am I? What have you done to me?
Why, Lord Proudmoore, I've given you a chance to reunite with your family. You should be grateful.
Alright, hold on. Before I comment on this, let me check the sound levels. I have a weird feeling this doesn't affect cutscenes like the one we just saw, so... I don't know, the audio bounces all over the place in that cutscene. You know, when Sylvanas would actually raise undead, she wouldn't be as condemning, basically, to them as she was just now. And basically, she's not exactly offering him anything or giving him a choice. She plans to absolutely mess with him to suit her own needs and purposes. Even going back to the days of vanilla, when they would raise people back as Forsaken, they would offer them a choice. They would give them the free will to either join or do something else. Or even let them just kill themselves again. And sometimes they would. This is going to another level here. This is now moving to Lich King levels of... And I'm talking like second Lich King, when he was controlling Arthas's body. Where he would just raise them as undead and like, now you're mine. And again, why she tolerates comparisons to the Lich King, I don't know. Because when Garrosh accused her of that, she just kind of brushed it off. And I thought, how can you brush that off? You despised him and now you're being compared to him.
The war chief's will be done.
Derek Proudmoore will be twisted to become a weapon against Catherine and Jaina Proudmoore. The Alliance brought an army to kill Rusticon. All we'll need is one Forsaken to kill their leaders. I will contact you when your aid is further needed. In the meantime, continue the fight against the Alliance. We must survive until this plan is ready. Where is Proudmoore being held? He's being kept in the Hall of Ritual until preparations are complete to properly twist his mind. Try not to get in the way.
For the Dark Lady.
I serve the Banshee Queen.
Champion, the Dark Lady has need of you. We cannot speak more of this here. Make haste to Orgrimmar at once. Best not to keep her waiting.
What do you say?
Interesting. Oh. Oh. It actually marked him on my map. I can go there and see him. Alright, let's go there first before I head back to Orgrimmar. Because I'm very curious if something is going to come up once I do go see him. I gotta get my Zandalari World Quest done. Almost halfway there. And I am just barely about to hit Revered with Talanji's expedition. I'm working on it. I'm almost there. And let's just go ahead and keep going up. Let's just keep going forward. By the way, I am almost done with this right here. Like, the daily, she is, like, almost completely, full on her, her bar of progress. which should then open up the next quest. Probably tomorrow is when that quest will open up. I don't know if I'll record her or not, but let's just say I'm very excited about. She's not a hatchling anymore. She's like a teenager now, like a smaller version of a regular Direhorn. So soon, she'll replace this for my mount. All right, this should be where he's being held. Oh gosh, there he is. Look at this.
What have I become? Go, please. Help me. I don't know what's happened. What's been done to me? I remember the battle. Orcish dragon riders. Our decks consumed by flame. I felt a blaze of agony. And then... darkness. I was dead, wasn't I? But for how long? I am not quite alive, and yet... Oh, I don't understand this.
Hey.
Oh, please. Yes, you please! How is this possible? Tell me, where is my father? My mother? Jaina, Tangent. Please, I'm so alone. Don't leave me alone.
This is wrong. There is no honor in it. Her deeds disgrace us all. We must set things right before the Horde loses everything that made us strong.
It's not about what made us strong. It's about what made us a family. Because as Vol'jin and Thrall said back in Pandaria, Horde means family. And that's what Sylvanas is destroying through these actions. This is disgusting. Alright, let's go see this witch. Cannot wait for this guy to come back. I don't know how much of a difference he's gonna make, but these guys right here I'm missing. And Cairn, ugh. Can I say that what I've been wanting in regards to Bane? Not necessarily, I mean, it's possible that he could hear something from his father. After all, Cairn isn't entirely gone. He's an ancestral spirit in Mulgore. And I think it's completely possible that he could actually take a moment to, have a conversation with Bane in a vision. But at the same time, I would love for Mela, the one we met in High Mountain. I would like for her to go to Bane and be like, hey, wake up. Get it together. What the? Migardo. Hello? Okay. Now she has abominations guarding the doorway. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh. Alright, the game's trying to figure out which version to phase to. Alright. Why do I have a feeling that you're about to have me executed? Because you have a lot of Dark Rangers here, and you have an abomination guarding the doorway. I feel like I'm being about to be executed here. You're about to have me turn my back to all these Rangers.
State your business to your war chief.
My guards are stationed at the door to ensure that this meeting stays private. Now, let us discuss Varrock Sourfang. Let's discuss him indeed. I have asked you here to discuss a matter of great importance to the Horde. Varrock Sourfang is no longer in Stormwind. Let us discuss this turn of events. Discuss Sourfang's fate with Lady Sylvanas.
Serve the Horde. Serve me.
Simply nod.
Go.
Thank you for coming so quickly, champion. This is a matter I could entrust only to you. My spies report that Varrock Sourfang has escaped Alliance custody. He'd been held in the Stormwind stockades since the assault on Lordaeron. Should the Boy King's forces locate Sourfang, no doubt they will kill him on sight. While some within our ranks have questioned the High Overlord's loyalties, we cannot allow him to fall back into enemy hands. I expect you to find him before they do.
She has no idea that
Dark Ranger
Anduin let him
Liana
out.
is an exceptional tracker. She will assist you on this assignment.
Of course, my lady.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna be killing you by the end of this.
Greetings, champion.
I hope you understand how grave of a situation this is, champion. The Alliance will surely kill him on sight. Some members of the Horde consider him a traitor for his willing surrender at the Battle of Lordaeron. No. No, we do not. That's your own perception. Or rather, the perception you want them to believe. If Varrock Sourfang is to make it back to us alive, it will be up to you. Be discreet. My spies report that our High Overlord did not leave the way he entered, nor any other way that we know of. No signs of him were seen at any of the known exits from the stockades or the sewers. He simply was in his cell one moment, and gone the next. Again, the cinematic they showed us at BlizzCon clearly showed Anduin letting him out of his cell. Begin your investigation around the city of Stormwind. There must be another way out that we do not know of. Dark Ranger Liana will meet you there. Her tracking skills are second to none. Do not fail me, my champion. Or what? Is that a threat?
We will rendezvous just outside Stormwind's wall.
I'm just saying, at this point, I think our character... Shut up, Liana. I think our character could actually take her on in terms of personal power. She has power, but it's more political. Personal power, she's actually not that strong. There are a number of characters I could list off that I think if they were to take her on in a battle, would beat Sylvanas. I'm serious. And just for a moment, I am the Farseer of the Earthen Ring. In lore, I might be right now the most powerful shaman on Azeroth. Why couldn't I be able to take on Sylvanas in terms of sheer power? Like, especially if all of the elements and the elemental lords aided me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Mikado. So it wants me to take the Zeppelin to Stranglethorn Vale and then meet with Liana in Elwyn Forest. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I think I... Up. I'm gonna catch up to it. I hope this is the correct Zeppelin. Well, we'll find out in just a moment. Yep. What convenience for me that it was taking off, and I was like, ah, hold the train for me. I was like, let me get on board as it's driving away. I know it's not a train. I'm just trying to use some kind of example of someone trying to catch either their bus or their train, and it's taking off, and they're like, I have to catch that. Well, this surely can't end badly. By the way, can I comment on something that I absolutely love about this game right now? You know what that is, right? I can tell you exactly what that is. That's Black Rock Mountain. That's how far we can see it. We are all the way down here in Stranglethorn Vale. And it is way over here. I have to go past 2 zones to get to it, and I can see it from way over here. Now I can't see Karazhan because it's too low, but I just want to point out like the incredible like vision of sight that you have from this far away, especially when you're able to fly and you can see from this far. Just love that. That certain things stand out more so than others, like Black Rock Mountain, because you can immediately go, oh, there's Black Rock Mountain, especially if you are heading there to go farm stuff. I just love that. Okay. Well, yeah, this can't be dangerous at all. About to fly past Duskwood. Gonna have to be very careful, though, about where exactly I go. Obviously, if I go in the wrong direction or something, I could end up, what the? What is... Whatever. Whatever. What I was trying to say is I don't want to trigger PvP, especially because I'm about to head near Stormwind, and if I get flagged for PvP, I am outright screwed. In fact, there's Stormwind right there. Where exactly am I meeting her? Oh my gosh, that is dangerously close. Eastern Escape. Huh. There's Goldshire. There's the border to Westridge. I wonder how many players are just kind of doing whatever over there at the moment. Goldshire is just kind of one of those places where that's kind of like the case. It could be a pretty nasty place over there. And it's a shame that it has that kind of reputation. Oh boy. Oh wait, I'm fine. Those are level 20 enemies. I thought those were guards of Stormwind. I was like, ah!
My arrows strike true.
There is no time to waste. Let us begin our investigation. Keep your head down. We do not want to be seen out here. Our spies keep watch over Stormwind day and night, and saw no signs of Sourfang. Nor did we notice any oddly oversized carts or strange ships in the night. If that was what you were thinking... How then did he make his escape? Let's look around. I think I see where this is going. They're going to find out that Anduin let him out, and they're going to be like, oh, he has betrayed the Horde. He's working with Anduin.
Let's keep moving. Be on the lookout for anything suspicious.
Sure. I wonder what some low-level human, players are gonna think when they see me around here, and they're gonna be like, "What?"
The sewer exit, outside the city, away from prying eyes. Let's take a look at that lock. Seems we have found his escape route. There is mud around the lake. We should check for tracks.
Oh, these crocolists are apparently level 120. there's a waterlogged chest right there. The Mirror Lake Horror? Oh, look at that. At least she's helping me fight. Huh. A recipe for crocodile steak. Stormwind Bride restores health over 25 seconds. A red Defias mask for a rogue. Very nice.
I can't use that.
Nope, can't use that because my cooking is awful. Because I haven't done pretty much any cooking with this character, and I should.
The mud has been disturbed. Someone tried to disguise their route amongst the reeds. Let's keep moving.
It's a good thing I didn't aggro that guy just now, because he's an elite.
Heavy footprints. Too large for a human. It has to be Sarfang. His trail leads east.
Uh-oh. Well, what do we have here? Seems a couple of hordes got lost, very lost. Does this area look brown and filthy to you hordes? Sure seems green to me, not like horde lands at all. Let's send them back on their way then, shall we? My daggers can point them in the right direction. Well, you guys are just going out all the stereotypes and derogatory insults, aren't you? Hordes? I can tell you're trying to be insulting there.
I watch. I listen.
SI-7 lurking around Stormwind? Probably after the same thing that we are. We need to keep moving. It's not unusual to see SI-7 spies lurking around the city, but something about this doesn't feel right. We need to find where Sarfang's trail picks up. The last tracks were heading east towards Red Ridge. The path to Red Ridge crosses the Three Corners, one of the Alliance's more well-defended towers. I have an idea. Meet me there.
Meet me at Three Corners. I have a plan.
So now we're going to the Red Ridge Mountains, huh? Alright. It's actually a pretty good zone if you're leveling a human character in this area. It's like, I liked questing through Elwyn, Westfall, and the Red Ridge Mountains over here. And I think that's where a couple of my main human characters I have are just kind of chilling over here. I do want to move them to some of the other zones. Like, I want to go through questing through Duskwood, because I don't think I've ever actually done the questing in Duskwood, and I really want to check that out. It's like I wanted to go through a lot of the Eastern Kingdoms questing, which I never did with this character, because this character mainly leveled in Kalimdor. So I never really got to experience a lot of the Eastern Kingdoms questing in their zones. But I want to take advantage of that with some of my Alliance characters I've been working on. A couple of human characters. I have a dwarf character I'm doing the Dwarven zones with.
I serve the Banshee Queen.
There are a few paths through Red Ridge save this one. We should start the next stage of our investigation here. If Saurfang was headed in this direction, it would have been difficult for him to avoid the Three Corners watchpost. We could simply walk in there and demand information, but I have a feeling that they would not part with it willingly. So we will take another approach. I procured this position from our alchemists. It will turn us into humans for a while. We can then question the guards. Perhaps someone saw something.
Let's get to
Well, this will be interesting. Oh my gosh.
Look at you. How sickeningly sweet. It's perfect.
You know, what's funny? This now answers something that I was trying to figure out. I was trying to figure out why, when I was questing with my low-level human character, why I kept seeing high-level horde characters running around in Lakeshire. I was like, what are they doing here? It was boggling my mind. I was like, are they seriously here, like, doing PvP? Speaking of low-level human characters, there goes one right now. Oh my gosh. See what I mean? They're like, hey! Like, they're waving at me like, hey! Because the thing is, they can see me. Or rather, they see me as a horde player. Now, fortunately, I'm not flagged for PvP, and I really hope it doesn't flag me for PvP for doing this. But this at least tells me why I kept seeing horde players that looked like this. Like this little human girl. I was like, what in the world? It was boggling my mind. Just imagine you're a low-level human character, and you see what is flagged as a horde character running through here as a little human girl. Just imagine what was going through your mind when that happens.
My poor, sweet daughter lost her puppy. It ran away last night. Did you see it?
Last night? Don't remember much about last night, do we? Come on, no need to tell him about that. It's fine. Why, Mr. Shaw himself paid us a visit. It's not every day that the head of SI7 gives you the night off. Truth be told, it wasn't so much the night off as it was a full bottle of very fine rum, and a lack of orders that we shouldn't drink it all in one sitting. Next thing you know, this one's so deep in his cups that he can hardly stand. They don't need to hear any more about that. And then he decides that he's going to inform Miss Darcy Parker that he's got feelings for her. My heart couldn't take it anymore. A man's got no defenses when he's down in his bottles. He takes one look at the franks and beans that she's got boiling in the pot, and before you know it, his lunch makes a repeat appearance. Had the poached fish and taters, not a meal that I'll soon forget. Instead of the wooing of a lifetime, poor Darcy had to put a sick man to bed and scrub the floor. Let me tell you, nobody knows how to tuck in a man the way that she does. Don't give up on her now. You've got a big heart, and that counts for something. So to answer the question as quick as I can, I don't think we saw any dogs last night, at least not that I can recall. You know, you could have just said that right from the beginning instead of telling us that. But yeah, don't give up on her, man. I know what that's like. I guess we have to go in here now? Oh. Speaking of which, here's Miss Darcy Parker right now.
Hey there.
Oh, aren't you the cutest? Look at those cheeks. I want to protect my throat, so I'm actually, why would I yell? Oh my gosh. Tell me. Oh, I have to ask this. Because of course, this would absolutely fit with a little girl. Because she just heard them talk about this. So, of course, because little children don't necessarily understand that mentioning stuff like this is not exactly completely fine in certain circumstances, of course the little girl would be like, the guard told me that you took care of him last night. That was nice. Oh, yes, poor thing. I couldn't make out a word of what he was saying on account of all the slurring and stumbling. Something about beans? I put him right to bed over at the inn in Lakeshire. I hope he's not feeling too horrible today.
Have a good one.
What happened last night? Oh, sweet thing, nothing to worry about. Were you scared? One of the guards just had a little too much fun, and he needed to lie down and take a nap. I put him right to bed at the inn, so don't you worry.
See you later.
So now we have to talk to innkeeper Brianna, who is all the way at Lakeshire. Again, these Alliance players can see me as a 120 Horde character. They can see it. By the way, can I comment on this? Common. Blah, 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 gibberish. I'm sorry, but I'm one of those who thinks the whole language barrier thing is absolutely ridiculous. I know why it's there. You know why it's there? Because this is Blizzard's way of trying... Oh, he's got that rare tiger mount. That's one of those mounts you cannot get anymore. It's no longer possible to get that mount if you don't have it. Which means I'm never going to have that mount, and that's a shame. But anyways, I know why that is there. It's Blizzard's way of trying to prevent players from trash talking each other and saying real nasty stuff to each other when they're on opposite sides. I mean, you can understand why that would be the case, why they would do that, because, I mean, look, I'm all in favor of ways to reduce toxicity in games, especially when it's with multiple people. Trust me, I've seen the nasty sides of the toxicity and saltiness that can be in these kind of games with lots of different players. But it's when I say it's ridiculous a ridiculous standpoint in lore, because the characters can talk to each other just fine. Jaina and Thrall can converse with each other completely fine. There's no language barrier between them, and yet I, an orc, cannot converse with a human. I know why it's in place, but at the same time, it's kind of like, huh? Again, I imagine this Night Elf player right now, see, is looking at me going, what the heck? Why is a 120 orc shaman looking like a little human girl? Hello. I just can't imagine what's going through their minds right now, because I know what it was like being on this side of it. I'm just saying, this is a very funny circumstances where they stop in their tracks and they see me and they're like, what the heck? It's like one of those weird sights you see and you just run by you and you're just like, huh?
Need help?
Look, see, all these Alliance players right now, I imagine some of them want to attack me right now. But of course, I'm not gonna... I'm not PvP, I'm not gonna do that. Hello, little one. Please get out of the way, we're kind of busy here. Isn't that a little rude? You little brat, hasn't your mother taught you better than to question adults?
Light blessing.
Wow!
Well met.
Are there any guards staying at this inn? Yes, actually, quite a few. Head upstairs if you want to see for yourself. Sorry, but I need to get back to the other customers.
Safe travels.
Yeah, that's... You are... There's a word I could use to describe you, but I don't say words like that. Ooh. A hastily scribbled note. This appears to have been intended for the captain of the guards. Our spies report the possibility of an attack. Double the patrols between here and Burning Steps tonight. Pull your guards from other duties if you must. Shaw.
How are you?
So, Shaw was involved. Shaw was involved? SI-7. Again. Perhaps a coincidence. Perhaps not. We have a little to go off. Let us assume that Saurfang continued his path eastward, off of the main trails.
Look at you. How sickeningly sweet. It's perfect.
Okay, you know what? Let's actually turn this into her once I'm clear of this place. Because I don't want to risk it getting rid of this disguise when I'm in this town, and then everyone just killing me. I don't care if I'm at 120 and the others are like low level. Doesn't matter to me. I don't even want to bother fighting other Alliance players. Can't we all just get along? Let's hide over here.
Hello.
Let us assume the Starfang continues path eastward off the main trails. With the guards drunk at their posts and others out of position, Starfang would have had little trouble passing 3 corners undetected. The path splits just south of town. The back roads of Redridge are poorly patrolled and are infested with gnolls and spiders. In other words, it's perfect for an orc trying not to be noticed. His most likely path is Lake Ridge Highway. We should continue our investigation there. Alright, fly. Let's get out of here.
These back roads would make an ideal route for someone trying to avoid attention. Let's look around.
It's too far away.
Ripped webbing.
Ripped webbing. Someone definitely passed through here. And it wasn't a knoll.
Dead tarantulas.
They're dead. Based on the print pattern, I'd say it was only a minor scuffle. That's a lot of ichor. More than I'd expect from one of these young tarantulas.
Ah! Oh my gosh! Oh! 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 Oh gosh! Oh my gosh! Ah! Get away! Get away! Ah!
It's too far away.
Ah!
Such a shame. I quite like spiders.
Damn you, Blizzard! Oh. Oh my gosh. That scared the daylights out of me. Oh.
I watch.
Oh my
I
gosh.
listen.
Well, that was invigorating. No, it wasn't! Based on the size of that spider and how injured it was, I'd venture a guess that we are on the right track. And I think I know where to head next. If you say a lair of giant spiders, I'm gonna smack you. All signs point to our quarry heading farther east. To what end, I'm not sure, but I have my suspicions. I'm going to scout the area from the air. Let's meet up at Red Ridge Pass.
Give me a moment to scout the area. We shall reconvene at Red Ridge Pass.
I am so sick and tired of Blizzard using giant spiders. I'm so sick of every fiction setting, form of entertainment, game, movie, show, I don't care. I'm so sick of giant spiders being used in everything. Oh my gosh. You know, I can tolerate the spider wing or the arachnid wing in Noxramas. But when a gigantic tarantula like that just drops out of nowhere into your face with the camera zoomed in like that, ugh. I had to collect myself there for a second. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that.
Strike true.
Ugh. I start to get paranoid, start to feel as if a real one actually got on my arm or something. I have a serious case of arachnophobia. I'm not joking. I'm very paranoid when it comes to spiders. This is one of the few pathways through the Red Ridge Mountains. If Sourfang came this direction, it was through this pass. Look there, down the hill. One of the Alliance hunters that roam the area. No one knows these pathways like them. If our quarry passed through here, that hunter would certainly have seen the tracks. His dogs may have even caught Saurfang's scent. Here is another dose of the potion. Let us question this one while he is alone.
Ugh. I'll never get used to the taste of this vile concoction.
Oh my gosh. Let me just heal up for a moment.
I need a target.
Ugh. I'll never get used to the taste of this vile concoction.
My good sir, can you help us?
What happened to her? She disappeared. What just happened?
Ugh. I'll never get used to the taste of this vile concoction. Ugh. I'll never get used to the taste of this vile concoction.
Oh, the dogs can tell that we're disguised. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, little dogs.
I don't have a target.
What do you seek?
Thank you for your assistance in this investigation, champion. We have all but confirmed Saurfang's current location. I must report back to the war chief before we make any further moves. We will summon you if we require your assistance again.
I must report back to the war chief. You are to take no further action until you hear from me again. Understood?
Hey man, over here. I've been needing your help.
Zakan?
How can we help?
The battle for Lordaeron was me first fight. This is the troll from that cinematic about Saurfang, where he conversed with Saurfang about and told him to live another day. This is Zappy Boy from the intro cinematic. That's who this guy is. Was me first fight. Seeing that Alliance army outside the walls be well, it got me nerves up. That's for sure. Then I saw Saurfang. That orc won him 1,000 battles. Them eyes of his didn't look scared, but maybe just a bit empty. The High Overlord, he give me courage. We remind each other that the Horde be worth fighting for. No way I be letting him stand alone. Saurfang need us, champion. So, this is a critical moment. And I heard a lot of people talk about this when it first came up in the PTR, because this was a big deal. It may not end up being a big deal by the end of it. I got to see whether or not they're actually going to go somewhere with this. But this is essentially the first time we actually have a choice to do multiple paths. Now, in other games, that's not a big deal. Games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age, BioWare games, have done this for years. But MMOs? The only MMO I can really think of is Star Wars The Old Republic. But that's not necessarily the same case, because you don't change the story for other players. Unless you go into the same scenario and you actually have a chance to both choose dialogue options, and then it does a roll to see who gets the result. But this is essentially the first time we have a chance to really do a multiple path option here. There's an option here to actually side with Sylvanas and say, I won't betray my war chief. Or an option to, of course, side with Saurfang, which of course I am doing. Because screw Sylvanas. Eh man, that Dark Ranger, she be lying to ya. Saurfang knew that they'd be coming for him. He sent me to watch the pass, see who his assassins be. Tried to warn him if I could. She not be reporting back nothing. She gonna kill him. Most likely got a whole bunch of death guards just waiting for his signal. We gotta stop them. You with me? Meet Zakan in the Swamp of Sorrows.
A small farm nearby. We best be getting there before they do.
Absolutely. Let's go. The Swamp of Sorrows, huh? I don't think this is actually a bad choice for him to hide. In terms of hiding locations, this is not a bad choice.
Hey, ma.
Oh gosh, they're already here. It'd be too late. They beat us here. She gonna try and take him in, and then no one ever gonna see Varrock Saurfang again. This was never a rescue mission. This be about power and control, and Sylvanas think she be holding all the cards. But she didn't count on us. Let's go. A Warncloak toy. Yeah.
We will never
Varrock
give up.
Saurfang, you are guilty of treason against the Dark Lady. Exit the hut or I will burn it down. Like that tree your Alliance friends loved so dearly.
You ain't got a shred of honor between you. How you gonna turn your backs on Saurfang after all he's done?
Liana,
for
you're a
the
dead woman.
Champion,
For bringing up Teldrassil?
you and that troll need to stay out of this. My orders come from the War Chief herself.
And what orders might those be?
Hi, Varrock. I got your back,
You
man.
turned your back on your duty to the Horde, Saurfang. And worse, after you abandoned your people, you conspired with humans against your war chief. You will throw down your weapon at once and come with us. Or you will die here, in the swamp, alone.
Not alone.
We're here, Varrock.
I see you still have not learned to fear impossible odds, my young friend. It is an honor to stand at your side. Enough of your prattling, Dark Ranger. If you came seeking a fight, you shall have it. For the honor of the Horde, Loktar Ogar!
Loktar Ogar!
Now is not the time for pleasantries.
Kill the traitor, and all who stand with him.
Hey, we did it, man! What a battle! You see all them sparks I've been shooting?
You're not bad, man. As Farseer of the Earthen Ring, I would love to welcome you into our ranks. Though I would recommend getting a bit more practice in before you can be able to join the likes of my buddy Rhaegar and such. But who knows, maybe Thrall can help teach you a thing or two about being a proper shaman.
Speak
Though
quickly,
he's
and speak the truth.
probably retired from being a shaman at this point. I thank you and young Zakan for your assistance. I knew that you would come for me. It was only a matter of time. And I do not think she will give up. Now I have something that I must ask of you. Whoa, whoa!
What would you ask of me?
I have two things to ask of you, and I do not ask them lightly. First, I need you to retain the favor of the war chief. She will undoubtedly have questions, and seeds of distrust may begin to grow, but she cannot lose you as an ally. Not now. She would not so willingly part with one of her greatest champions. In order to do so, it will have to look like you faced me in combat, and lost. I trust that you can take a hit. Second, I ask you not to follow me further. I must make this journey alone. Okay. Okay, alright. Alright, I'm bracing myself. Give me your best shot, Varrock.
If you are to remain in the Banshee's favor, she needs to believe that I defeated you. But it has to look like you put up a good fight. Ready? Take a deep breath. I fear I lack practice in pulling my punches.
It's alright. Take the hit.
I serve the Horde.
I'm ready.
Oh! Good. You are still alive. Bruised, but alive. Return to the Banshee Queen. Tell her that I will be no one's pawn. Zakan, I need you to remain in Orgrimmar. Let those who wish to restore the honor of the Horde know that they must not give up hope.
No way, man. I'm coming with you. Where the High Overlord go, I go.
Not today, my friend. This path I must travel alone. Go with honor. You will see me again.
We better. We be counting on you.
Yeah, you could have.
Okay. We best get back to Orgrimmar before more enemies show up.
Yeah, I'm right behind you, Zakan. Just give me a moment. My jaw is, oh, that's gonna sting in the morning. Oh, I'm gonna be feeling that later. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's sore. Oh. Ow. Okay, let's hearth back to the Great Seal to go straight to Orgrimmar. Can I just say, I don't feel bad at all killing Lyanna there. Especially after the way she brought up what happened to Teldrassil. It's like, you mock the atrocity like that? No, you deserve to die. Oh, no more abomination guarding the doorway.
Serve me well, and you will be rewarded.
I have not heard back from Lyanna since I sent her on her last mission. Are you here to complete her report?
Yes.
Let me see if I have this right. Saurfang single-handedly slew my elite forces and a veteran Dark Ranger. How fortunate that you escaped with little more than a bruise. Fortunate, but disappointing.
It still hurts.
Let me be perfectly clear. You will find the traitor Saurfang. You will deliver him to me. And you will not fail me again. Now go. Remember your duty to the Horde. We have a war to win.
Sure. Yeah, I remember my duty to the Horde, not you. She's like, oh, you just got a bruise. It still hurts. Hi, Trig. I was curious if Garrosh was gonna be here.
Sometimes Garrosh will still show up here as the war chief because of previous quests and such. I was very curious about that. Well, I guess we'll just go back to Zuldazar, because I'm not seeing another quest here. I'm just very curious about whether or not the next portion is now available, and if it's only available once you go back to Zandalar. Otherwise, we may just go ahead and do this. Back to Zuldazar. Aha! Righting wrongs. Alright, so that next portion is right there. But obviously this has taken over an hour, so we're going to go ahead and stop here, and we will be continuing the war campaign now that we have reached the point where we are now helping Varrock while being an undercover agent for Varrock within the Horde, pretending to continue to work for the war chief and like Cola because she's so wonderful. When we come back, stay tuned.